Okay, so I have not been on YouTube for probably 2 months, maybe 3 months. I'm not really sure how many months, but it's been a while. And the reason is it's not because I didn't have stuff to show. I've had a lot going on, all kinds of stuff going on with the garden. We've been just bringing in all the stuff that we're harvesting and making spaghetti sauce and canning and getting all the fall crop planted. But there's been other stuff going on too. With the family, you know, kids getting jobs and working, and the shift in schedules with kids working off the farm, and that's just that's where we are in the season of life right now, and it's really great with several of the kids holding at least part-time jobs, some in town, some for neighbors, and it also my parents have moved down to the area, and so we spent a good deal of the summer helping them with that, and they bought a hay field. We've been cutting hay for the first time. That's actually, I got footage of that, and I'm going to play that for y'all and I put all that together so y'all can see that. So the hay field has, it's about a mile up the road from us, and that is, that's a real blessing and benefit to us. That's what Jimmy just put here for the goats. Stuff smells amazing. We just brought it in last night. So we were supposed to, we've been in drought. We had a very wet year, which to me was a blessing because of the garden and all our pastures and fields, everything got a lot of rain, which was really terrific. But now it's been, well, August was quite cool, and I'm not sure that it was real wet. About halfway through, I think is when it started, we started hitting just dry. And then September, except for now with this colder weather coming in, September's been actually warmer than August, and it's been dry. So we've had like a month of dry. And hey, Spunky. And so what that has meant is the hayfield really wasn't that great, but it was we're at the end of the season, and so we needed to cut it for the last time. We got a lot fewer bales off this last cutting. We only got 30. I think my oldest son said we got 32. The first cutting we got 96 bales. So that's a massive difference there. And we did 3 cuttings altogether. But what happened is we cut the field. My oldest son cut the field, and then he wanted to rake and bale on Saturday. No, Spunky. Ooh, girl. Don't do that. He wanted to rake and bale on Saturday, and with some stuff we had going on, it just wasn't something that could happen. It just didn't happen. And then Sunday is our day of rest. We don't really work on Sundays, so we just if we did some work because it felt like an emergency, every Sunday would feel like that. And so we saw we had rain coming in, but we decided we're just gonna try to make it work on Monday. And it turned out that the rain sort of looked like it was holding back. So my daughter, she learned how to drive the tractor and rake all at the same time. My husband showed her how to do that so she could do that because my oldest son was not available, and he normally does a lot of the tractor work, but since he's working in town now, we had to wait for him to get home and be able to bale. And we love doing the hay. All the kids, everyone loves doing the hay. And so we had this pressure of this storm, you know, get it in, and the weather was kind of heavy yesterday, especially yesterday evening, and then nothing has happened. So it's great. We got the hay in, we needed to anyway, but we're really hoping that we do get some rain. Today was the bigger percentage or chance of it, and but it still could come tonight. We'll see. Anyway, so I am going to start trying to put videos together again. I can't promise I'm going to have one every week. I'm going to do my best. I enjoy videoing and putting things together for y'all. Homesteading and the whole thing, gardening, I love it. I love talking about homesteading. I love doing stuff with the animals. Excuse me, I'm getting some of that hay dust in my throat. Gardening, I could spend all day in the garden. If you know me or you've seen some of my stuff, you know I just have my hands in the dirt, being out in the garden. That's what I love. And of course that brings food, which means canning, which I don't love canning, but I do love putting the food up for my family. And I don't hate canning. It's just, if I have an option, I'm an outside girl. I just would really prefer being outside and doing, getting my hands dirty instead of being in the kitchen. But I am actually canning beans. I just canned some beans, so I did a little bit of footage of that for y'all, and I'm gonna do my best to start filming some things again and putting them together. So basically, where the YouTube fits for me in doing these homesteading videos is it comes after being a wife and being a mama to my 8 kids. And we homeschool. It's a big job, just feeding a lot of people and taking care of people's needs and homeschooling and being there for them. And that's my first priority, is to be there for the kids and to help my husband. And so this is after all of that, far after. And I enjoy sharing stuff with y'all, and I hope it's helpful. I try to share stuff that'd be helpful to y'all, but it is not something that is top priority for me, because those other things have to be first. So I appreciate everyone who watches, and I'm sorry that I can't promise you a video every week. Like, I have been sort of doing that, and I might be able to get back to that. I'm just saying that my YouTube channel is something that I do because I want to help people and I enjoy it, but it's not my first priority of all the things that I have to do. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and run the footage of getting the hay and canning beans. I need to get them out of the canner. I think they're done now. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. We are coming to the end of our beans in the garden, but we're still getting a few, and I'm trying to just can everything I can for their winter ahead. So the kids snapped these the other day, and I'm just gonna can them up here before supper. I try to push them down pretty well, because while they're canning, they get soft and they kind of compress a little bit, but you don't want them too high. About at the rim. The rim right there is about where we want it. We're gonna fill that with water. Just a minute here. All right, I ended up with 6 jars. I was kind of hoping I would get 7, but like I said, our beans are getting low, so I'm not real surprised that I only got 6, but that's all right. At least I have 6. That'll be 6 more to add to the shelf for the winter. I put in 1 teaspoon of salt per quart, and I'm sure you can use any salt. I use the Redmond's salt, and this is really coarse, so I'm actually trying to use it up. I don't really like the coarse stuff as much, but I got a big 80-pound bag off of from Azure, and so I'm using it up for stuff like this. Okay, now we got to add the water, and then we'll put our lids on. So because my beans have been in the refrigerator and they're cold, they're in our spare fridge that's out in the butcher shed, and that's a really cold fridge. So these are really cold beans. I'm putting nice hot water in here, and I'm figuring that's gonna make everything about room temperature. So I'm gonna put, yeah, these jars actually even feel just, maybe just slightly cool. They're pretty close to room temp. So I am gonna fill my pitcher and put like lukewarm water into my canner over there, because the same temperature is supposed to be in the jars as in the canner. So I actually put my jars in first. So let me go ahead and these should not have anything on them. If they might have something on them, that would be sticky or greasy. If it's sticky, I run a clean, hot, wet washcloth around the top. If they might be greasy, like I'm doing meat or broth, I'll run a dry paper towel around the top. These feel fine. Shouldn't be anything on there. So these are my Superb lids from Azure. This is my first box. I got a 60. Yeah, it's a box of 60. And I'm trying them out. Liking them so far. So you want to tighten to finger tight, which if you milk a cow or goats, be careful because your finger tight might be too tight. One of my daughters was constantly tightening them too much and breaking my jars, and it finally hit me that it's because she milks the cows and her hands are really, really strong. And so I had to tell her, tighten them like someone would normally finger tighten a jar, not milking hands tight. So here they are. I'm gonna put them in the canner over there and fill it with some water. So I've got my 6 jars in, and just put in this lukewarm water here. All right, I don't think that's enough. Let me check here. So it's close. So basically up to the knuckles on my fingers is how deep I usually make it. Okay, we're all good now and ready to turn it on. Beans do not can long. They're 25 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure for where we live at our elevation. Here in Southern Virginia, once the jiggler starts going. If you have not pressure canned before, I have some videos that explain the whole thing, but yeah, you'll have to look back on the playlist and find some others where I really explain some canning. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lid on and get the stove cranked up.
It's stuck.
Get it.
Mama, did you help me find the tiger? Oh, yeah, okay. Come on, just look at it.
Hey buddy, you ready? Okay. So this is all the hay that we have up here. It's pretty packed. We could get a little bit more in, but it's pretty packed, which is really great. It's gonna really help us feed this winter. We won't have to buy nearly as much as we normally do. So Jim's getting some of the loose hay here. Our field is getting a little low because of the drought that we're in, and we're gonna give the goats that are up here at the barn just a little hay. Probably just one more armload might be good, Jimmy. So this is one of our bucks and 3 does that we have down here. And then we have 6 does and our other buck in the top field. Yes, they are really gonna enjoy having some fresh hay here. All right, that's great. Is that all of it? Okay. So we're supposed to be having this storm, and it's not storming, but it is getting colder and it's very breezy. Yeah, it's sprinkling a little bit, not very much. We really need a good rain because everything is so dry. But it's nice for the goats to have the barn. I mean, they don't have to have shelter, but it is nice for them to be in the barn and have the nice hay on an evening like this. It's just sort of very heavy weather.